number 20, and it stays that way, and Bas Leinders has switched over now, so that means that coming out onto the track is Mark Kenerici in the Ford.
Yeah, and it'll be Nicky Katzberg on the second of the Nissans winning. They didn't switch the transponder over, a normal story. So the lead Lamborghini stays out. Second place Lamborghini Campbell Walter comes in. David Brabham will be in the car. Dumbreck comes in, as does Dominic Schweiger. Yeah,
so this is another really interesting battle going to go happening in the pits here for second, third, fourth places. It'll all be down to their pit crews. Looks as though the Corvette is in as well, which was under some pressure there from Nygaard. So Christopher Nygaard has stayed out there. The Ford is working really well, and the race leader also has stayed out. There he is, Marcus Winkelhock, with a very healthy advantage. But these guys, Schwager and Pastorelli jumping aboard now, and there at the number 21 car is Campbell Walter handing over to David Brabham, Sumo Power, and of course remember that JR Motorsports have also got the Peter Dumbreck car handed over to Richard Westbrook in pit lane as well. And behind this Al Inkel car you've got the Corvette. Michael Rossi is climbing aboard, so great pit action.
Lamborghini's gone.
Yeah, that looked good from Al Inkel. Where does he come out relative to everyone else?
Ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, and David Brabham gets going. So that was a real gain for the Lamborghini, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and Maxime Martin has to concede to Richard Westbrook coming out in his Nissan. But what a score for the Lamborghini. Nicky Pastorelli has done a great job. So have the guys in the team to get their car, to make that pass in the pit lane makes your life so much easier.
You've now got the Aston Martins here. Darren Turner has switched over to Stefan Mucker, and he's being chased by Andrea Piccini now in the number 4 Hex's Aston Martin. There's the race leader though, and Jamie Campbell-Walter doesn't look very happy, does he?
No, there's an issue there somewhere. I mean, he's not a happy camper whatsoever. Something has taken place. You can see he's having a talk with an engineer.
Remember, they were passed by the Lamborghini in that pit stop, and I think perhaps that's the reason he's so upset.
I think words have been said, and somebody's been offended by it.
Jamie's not that happy. So let's go down and hear from him. Haley's there.
Jamie, can you just explain what's going on with yourself?
Had a good start, got into second, stayed with the Lambo for as long as I could. Rear tyres started to go off. So just tried to drive as smoothly as I could.
What's been making you angry out there?
Well, a Nissan blocked another Nissan in the pit lane. It's completely unnecessary, I think, and I think the team's just made a mistake. But because all that's happened is that we've lost the place to the 4th place Lamborghini. Anyway, it is what it is, and obviously maybe the team have got a reason for that decision. I don't know.
Thank you.
Well, that explains a lot. Yeah, they couldn't get there. He feels as though they were blocked by the other car, and that's why he's so upset. There was a bit of a puff of smoke, I noticed, from this lead 38 car, but I think it's all right. It's probably just brake dust. The brake's obviously getting very hot, and the leader is now in. Now, they come in with a very healthy advantage over their own teammates now, who, as Jamie told us in the interview, did indeed jump from 4th to 2nd as a result of that pit stop.
Well, I mean, it was an absolute no-brainer. The Al Inkel team did a great job to get the 4th place Lamborghini out ahead of the 2 Nissans that were ahead of it. And clearly Jamie very dissatisfied with the management of the pit stops, those 2 cars coming in together and maybe tripping over one another. And he wasn't sort of holding it back, was he?
No, he wasn't. Lovely roll-out technique from Marcus Winkelhock, as he now helps Mark Basseng get into the Lamborghini.
And the Schweiger car, Pastorelli car, is coming up through turn 13 roughly as the 38 car gets underway, and this is Mark Basseng in that car. There is the 2nd place car, we think. I don't think it's going to make up enough ground. No, it's not, nowhere near it.
No, they had such a healthy lead, didn't they? Because the other Lamborghini had to fight its way up from the 4th row of the grid. So it's got into 2nd, and when you consider that they started in 7th...
It's just coming through turn 15 now.
Yeah, that's right. That's Stefan Mucker, and he's pulling off to the side of the road, and that is bitterly disappointing. I don't know what's happened to them. So Mark Basseng is the race leader in car number 38. Just look at the pit stop, though, here. Now, the mechanic's flying around the car, changing the wheels. Now, one mechanic wasn't back over the line
over the hose
when the car left the pit.
Oh, is that a shadow? Is that a shadow or is it a hose?
But I think
the mechanic himself is still behind the rear of the car.
Drive-through penalty for the race leader, though. It is, as we thought, the race leader will have to make a drive-through penalty. Is he going to come straight in now?
He's got to go in now. He must do it now immediately. Yeah. As soon as possible. The speed limit 60 kilometers per hour.
Let's just see where this is going to bring him back out.
It's actually going to put him in 3rd place, I judge. It could even be in 2nd place. He's now at the pit lane exit. He can get on the gas. as the first of the Lamborghinis comes through. It's going to be key. Can he get the car up to speed and keep the second place, or for his third place? So it is a Lamborghini 1-2. He's managed to get that drive through and really only lose one position. That is a result. Maxime Martin tries to dive down the outside into turn 13. Not to get past, but to try and come back up on the inside.
We've got another drive-through, and it is for Richard Westbrook. Number 22 has been cited as a violation of Article 114. Well, we'll have to... he's being passed. He's got past now. Has the Ford. It's nipped through there at turn 15 at that favourite overtaking spot, but the Nissan will get him back down the straight because it's so powerful down the straight that the Ford has no answer. But Max Martin need not worry because the number 22 car Westbrook has been given a drive-through.
Right under the rear wing, everywhere. Now dive down the inside into turn 10. And
Westbrook, actually, to be fair to him, didn't even try and fight it. And that's, being professional, he knows he's heading into the pits for a drive-through. No point at all in trying to block the guy who's been quicker. Just looking at Lucas Luhr there. So it's Richard Westbrook's turn to trundle, literally, down the pit lane, and he loses places to the Hexis Aston Martin. But what a run this has been by the Alenquer team, John. I mean, they were 1-2 yesterday in the other way round. The Lamborghinis, they always knew this track would suit them.
Well, a big lock-up, and is that a problem with the right front? I think it is. I think it may well be a puncture because that brake, well, it certainly dragged all the way from turn 2 into turn 3. And, well, that's an unexpected surprise from Nicky Pastorelli. Where did that one come from, Nicky? Look at Schwager. Look at his look. Well, what's up? I mean, what's going on?
Bit of a smirk on Winkelhock's face, though. And we're on the final lap now. So it is looking pretty good for the Alenquer team. No sign yet of any switching around. And certainly you have to feel that Pastorelli and Dominic Schwager have earned a victory at last in the GT1 World Championship. They had a second place finish a couple of races ago at Sachsenring. They managed to come home in second there, but they have not as yet won a race. There is Markus Winkelhock. Well, they had their victory yesterday in the qualifying race. They had the drive-through penalty, but thanks to Marcus's efforts in the first part of the race, the drive-through penalty has only lost them one position, and that really is quite incredible, and it does look as though we're all set for a 1-2. We always knew that the circuit near Pamplona would suit the Bull, and it certainly has done, and it's done it in style because it's going to be Lamborghinis 1 and 2 here at Navarra as Dominic Schwager and Nicky Pastorelli take their first win in the GT1 World Championship. Second place goes to their teammates and team manager Mark Basseng with Markus Winkelhock. David Brabham matches his best result with Jamie Campbell-Walter in third. Fourth goes to Max Martin in the Ford GT. We're waiting for Andrea Piccini. Is he? Because Michael Krum is right there with him. I think Piccini's just done enough to stay ahead, and it is the Hexis Aston Martin that finishes in fifth place. Michael Krum really had a good shot at it, but he finishes in sixth. But that was still a great recovery from them. Seventh is going to go to Michael Rossi, Dimitri Engelbert, their best ever result. Michael scores his first points in GT1, as does Dimitri, and they will be well chuffed with Clivia Piccioni and Steph Dusseldorp finishing in 8th place, Westbrook in 9th and Henrici in 10th. And well, look at the emotion.
I think it's a relief as much as joy that they finally got the win that they knew that the capacity have. They got the pace for sure. And here in Navarra, the Lamborghini Murcielago has without question been the dominant manufacturer.
Let's go down to our winners now.
Congratulations, Dominic. What a weekend you've had.
Thank you. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. I mean, it's strange to be really happy because we were always so close. Yesterday we had the fastest car, just always something happened. So finally, I was not sure what will happen in the last 5 minutes, but it worked out. Of course, our teammates have been a bit unlucky, but I think to be unlucky with second place, they can live with it. And I think we missed out on many podiums already. So finally, this victory is just good for us and obviously really for our crew. They did an amazing job, and it keeps the motivation up again.
And congratulations, Nicky. The team are really on it this year, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I can only say one thing, finally. I mean, we should have been here already so many times, and now we finally did it, so I hope there will be more.
Thank you, guys.
Let's take a look now at the result. So Lamborghini take a 1-2, Alenquer.com dominating the championship race here. but the drive-through penalty still didn't stop Mark Basseng and Marcus Winkelhoff from finishing second. Nissan finished in third, courtesy of Jamie and David Brabham. And then in fourth place, Bertrand Baguette and Max Martens. It's been a great weekend for Bertrand Baguette on his debut in the series. Hohenadel and Piccini finished in fifth. Muller and Krum got home in sixth place despite being hit a few times over the weekend. Good result for Engelbert and Rossi in seventh. Piccioni and Dusseldorp finished in eighth place. Ninth went to the other Nissan of Dumbreck and Westbrook after their drive-through penalty. Linders and Henerici finished in 10th position. Out of the points, Nygaard and Ix in the number 9 Belgian Racing 4. Benoldi and Katzberg, they had a drive-through to cope with 2. And then the Aston Martin number 7 car of Thomas Enger and Alex Muller. And then a few cars that didn't make it to the finish, I'm afraid. The Claire Leclerc car, Turner and Mucker's Aston, and Mike Hazeman's Corvette. There we are looking at Mark Basseng, though, and Marcus Winkelhoff. And for Mark particularly, what a proud moment to have all 4 of them up there on the podium represented. It's really a special day for them. And then the trophies going out there to Dominic and to Nicky. And there we are. Absolutely what they've been looking for a long time now. And it's finally come their way. Well, that's it from Navarra. We'll be back with all the action from Paul Ricard in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining us. See you again soon. Bye-bye.